in a galaxy. Not that far away. And it's not back in time either. Good evening. Welcome to Fubar Friday. And tonight we'll be discussing exactly what the bobbins is going off at Lucasfilm with regard to Kathleen Kennedy. Everybody's like been, oh, she's going to retire. She's throwing in the towel. But it might be a bit of a misleading ruse. Joining me tonight is the Red 2 help desk. Hello there, sir.
Hello. I apparently do a good shot. So, hooray. I destroyed the Death Star.
Well, that's nice.
I know.
How's your thermal exhaust port? Is it 2 meters wide?
Well, that's what she said.
Or is it just a vicious rumor?
Indeed. You could shove a proton torpedo up there if you like. I don't mind.
I like how they changed words just enough to not get sued by Paramount and Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, 25% different. Yeah, indeed.
Proton what the hell is a proton torpedo? I know what a proton is, obviously. And It's obviously a torpedo that involves protons.
Canonically, because I wondered this as well and looked it up. It's a proton torpedo because it doesn't have very many electrons in the outside shell, which means it has a magnetic field and follows the path of metallic objects. So as you fire it down the Death Star trench, as it gets to a hole, that's why it suddenly zips around the corner and goes down the hole.
I had
because
to
it's
ask.
magnetically suspended.
Why, Trevor? Why did you ask? Why? That's almost as bad as somebody researching how fast the USS Excelsior was traveling to get to the Battle of Kittimer.
Yes.
Guilty.
Listen, the warp speed is an exponential curve. So warp 9.1 is considerably slower than warp 9.2. You see?
True.
So that's why they were fighting that last fly her apart then. All of that. It's worth it. Anyway, wrong series.
Yeah, and moving swiftly on, I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat this evening. Quick hello to Franco Walker, Andrew Broadbent, Gavin Blackburn. Who else is in there tonight? Me, apparently. Well, wouldn't be much of a show if I weren't in there. Who else? Hello there, sir. How you diddling? I'm guessing your notifications work this week. Not Brian's in there. Hello there, matey. Flav, hello, chap. How are you? Who else have we got in there? That's about it up to this point. And we were expecting Potato, or Tater as I like to call him. Sadly, he's had to drop out at the last minute. Mrs. Doyle's come round to make him have copious amounts of cups of tea against his will, so he can't join us. And God knows what's happened to Swappers. Any ideas, help desk?
Knowing Swappers, he's probably hiding under a table, wrapping his head in aluminium foil.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's to do with those G5 emissions or something.
Indeed.
And microwaves.
I don't ask too many questions.
Microwaves. Anyway, we're rattling on far too much about other things instead of getting on the topic. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a short video tonight because I've got a bit of a pressing engagement with some Red Stripe. I just thought I'd put that out there. So, the rumors about Kathleen Kennedy departing Lucasfilm, what have you heard, help desk?
So, I've heard that she was, and then she wasn't, and then people said she was, and then they said she wasn't at the same time. As far as my personal opinion, and I like a nice conspiracy theory as much as the next man, I think that she was going to leave. They announced it just to gauge public reaction. And because everyone said, thank God she's going, she decided to stick around because she knew she'd never get another job.
What a bitch.
Pretty much.
Who does that? Who does that kind of thing? That's just not on at all, is it?
Someone with, a lot to lose, I guess.
Sheer omnipotent power in the world of Star Wars.
I know.
The Force is female, and that's why insurance claims have gone up 300%.
That's why it crashed.
My missus crashed her AT-AT, but it wasn't her fault. It was the scout walker behind her. Honestly.
Oh, dear. It's those ATPTs that come around the corner so quick, you can't see them.
There's something amiss there. Just Variety ran a piece about Kathleen Kennedy retiring, and it turned out to be a bit of a misnomer. which is a bit of a shame, to be fair, because at the end of the day, we're all saying it. We're hoping that she goes because she'd been an absolute bind for Star Wars. She looked really good on paperwork. She's going to do this for Star Wars. She's going to do that. She's going to do the other. And she did absolutely fuck all. Really, a franchise from...
Have we lost Trev? Or have we lost me?
Then, chat, can you just let me know who's gone me, or is it help desk? Can anybody hear us? Hello? Yes!
I just said the same thing. It's like,
Can you
hello,
hear
Clem
me?
Fandango.
Oh,
Are we all back?
that really titted things up. I was tangentless there. I was on track. I was focused. I was kind of just going for it. But anyway.
I think we're all back now.
Menem says in the chat, the Force is indeed female. And this is why. That's why KK can't make her mind up on what she's doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Apparently, I might have dropped off there. Everybody says I dipped out.
Oh, dear.
Maybe that's... I don't know. Maybe it's Kathleen Kennedy using her dark Force powers. Maybe, she's trying to scupper the stream. So various sources around the Tinternets.
Yes.
I wonder if any of them said, take this with a grain of salt. My spies at Lucasfilm said this shit, which is total shit. And I got it from 4chan because it's shit. If you know what I mean.
If you know the channel, of course.
No.
No, of course not. But the fact is, there are some people who have been saying that she's going to be leaving for a while. We've got sort of like dating back sort of like a couple of years saying definitely going to be leaving very soon. The idea being that if you continually say that, one day it will eventually be true.
Well, it's got to be. At the end of the day, she's 71, for goodness sake. And she definitely looks it. Let's stick a photo up, shall we? To show what kind of a hideous creature we're dealing with here. I'll stick the photo on that I used to make this week's thumbnail. And tell me what you think there. Oh, that's it. Is it me, or does she look like John Travolta in drag?
Her face seems weirdly disproportionate. I mean, that's probably the Botox, but it's like the muscles are wrong around the mouth. If you actually just cut off the top part of the head and just look at the mouth, it's the wrong size. That's like just weird.
Swappers has just messaged me. He will be joining us soon, so that's good. Maybe he'll do his Basil Brush Emperor bit for us. I quite like it when he does that. Hello to everybody on Twitch, everybody on X, and everybody joining us on YouTube, of course. If you've just joined in, Fubar Friday, number 4. Oh, Kathleen. I thought of another franchise when I came up with that name.
Oh, yes.
Does that particular song sound familiar to you at all?
Well, I'm guessing it's the Naked Now from the original series of Star Trek.
You could be right.
I could.
Franco Walker rightly says in the chat, turkey neck.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, Franco Walker's that's exactly what I was looking at, using the power of many. God, that was embarrassing.
Just a bit. Don't remind me. Wayfarer Project says she had low quality work done. You bitch. Listen at Wayfarer. Ooh, bring those claws back in because the farce is female. The farce is indeed female. Franco goes on to say, oh yeah, Travolta. Who's seen Hairspray? I haven't seen that particular one. I saw the one with Divine in it, begrudgingly. But she does look like John Travolta, doesn't she? In Hairspray.
I'm going to get a picture of that now.
Yeah, you dig one up, and
we shall compare.
She's looking a bit trammy round the neck, isn't she? A bit tram-lined. But in her defence, she's 71. She's having her hair dyed really well. Because I bet you any money without a top up of those roots every 6 days, I bet she starts looking like Haggerty Haggerty really quickly. Or Supergran's knickers.
That's an
Hello, Sword in
enduring
the
image.
Storm. Thanks for joining us.
Good.
Oh, good old Brian. He's always there with a good bit of punnage when you need him. John Revolting.
Oh, very good.
Nice. Oh, the Wayfarer Project says perhaps she had some work done at one of those temples that John Travolta frequents. I'm not going to give that particular thing a mention.
No,
but
because the instant you mention it, they seem to.
Oh my God.
I mean, not far off.
Ooh.
And we'll just fade back over.
Yeah, thanks for that. I don't think there's enough bleach in the world to get that image out of my head. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it.
Hairspray, not a bad musical. Not the greatest, and not particularly the thing I'd watch, but it's quite well liked and it had some good songs in.
And moving swiftly on, because that's not my cup of tea whatsoever. The biggest and best source of information regarding what Kathleen Kennedy's actually up to is available on Deadline. There's an article by Mike Fleming Jr. Sorry, Mike Fleming. Oh, Fleming on the mic a little bit.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, this reporter guy's asked her, so what's the crack then? Oh, well, I'm pretty much not going anywhere. We're just putting it out there to see who's about. And, one day, going to have to pass on the torch. But even if I pass on the torch, I'm still going to be here. So she's going to hang on for dear life. So whoever ends up running it, she's going to be micromanaging it till she dies, basically. So do you think's in the running to take over the reins at Star Wars? Do you think it's somebody who's a bit of a chubby lad? Or do you think it's somebody who likes wearing a cowboy hat and being a chubby lad on the weekends?
I was thinking about this because it's a case of it doesn't matter who's going to take over because everyone who's there at the moment is completely useless. None of them have proved that they have any nous when it comes to making stuff. So I don't care who takes over because they're both epic failure at this point.
Yeah, and they're both going to be run by remote by Kathleen. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah, we found that out when who was it? Iger left originally, and he let Chapek take over. Iger just stayed in his office and just still dictated everything.
Yeah,
Headland.
I don't. No. Let's not mention her because she gives me a bit of a flashback to a previous time. Where somebody previously bored me to tears going on about a previously boring story about some previously boring bullshit. But moving swiftly on. The options at Lucasfilm aren't that great, if you think about it. And I think even the people involved with Star Wars, who may have proven themselves on other projects, there's not that much there. If you think about it, if you cast a net out and dragged everything back in, you've got that floundering whale called Leslie. You've got a bigger floundering whale, but not much of a flounder in Jon Favreau, Favreau or whatever it is. How are we saying it this week? What was the memo? Hang on.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like the U has an umlaut on or something, so it's Favreau. And
then you've got a cowboy hat wearing cook who's.
Sorry, did you say cuck?
Cook.
Okay. O's.
No.
Okay.
No, there's no O's in it. We're talking C-U-C-K. He's a cook.
You see. Okay, carry on.
Right. And I like to call him Dave Felonious Cocksucker because I think that's what he is, really. I think Star Wars is totally fucked between me, you, and the fence post.
Yeah.
The people there running it, it's become so much of a clique, apparently, that people who were sort of like hovering around the cusp, who were on the rim of the event horizon, they're all a bit fearful.
Sitting on the outer rim. Yes. But then when you get sort of like these massive production companies and they do make good projects, what you have to remember is that people age up and move on to other stuff. And we've seen this recently with computer game companies like BioWare. The people who made the great games have gone off to do other things. So you're left with the company in name only, and the other people who take over are not the ones who made it famous. So, and Star Wars is suffering from that now. All the people that made all the good stuff have walked out the door.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're just left with the dregs at the bottom, really. And hello,
It's like-
Melvin. He's not there.
He is in there, apparently. Hello to Ash and Prism, who's joined us. Also, Wayfarer Project. And I like that. I'm not here. Brian says, Brian always comes up with a good one. John Favrolta. I like that.
Very good.
And Gavin Blackburn, he's always good for a bit of a laugh. He says, how can you mess up Star Wars? It's set in space and there's a war going on. Well, yeah, pretty much.
It's set in the stars and there's a war going on. It's not called Space Wars.
True.
Honestly.
You could change it. Space Wars. There is a space war.
In
and
space.
There's robots. And they're not gay, but they are secretly. Wayfarer Project says, what's with the there's Favreau, Filoni, and Feige. Oh God, no, let's just not go there. I think, political correctness and, giving people a chance, even if they have tits and they're not a man, doesn't always work out for the best. I think George Lucas, that disappointing look on his face, I think that was Bob Iger saying, look, you've just sold Star Wars to us, but we're going to put Kathleen Kennedy in charge because it looks good on paper. I think that really disappointed, defeated, oh shit look on his face. That's when he realized what they were going to do with his baby, basically.
He did the bit where he cashed out, basically.
Yeah.
He sold it, made a lot of money on it, and was sort of like, I'm going to retire now. And in all honesty, I don't blame him because, sit back and do nothing for the last 30, 40 years of your life. I would love to do that. So he cashed out. Unfortunately, they told him what was going to happen after that.
Oh, you've reminded me of something. I've dropped a massive bollock.
You should see a doctor about that.
I forgot to put the lottery on. Shit. Mind you, if I'd got an exceedingly stupid amount of money, I would buy another Star-related franchise and sort that out. Because even though another production company has been told to jog on, there's still artifacts lingering. And one of their artifacts, which hasn't aired yet, I don't think, has been greenlit for a second season already. The Academy thingamabob.
Oh, God.
No.
Okay.
Well, anyway, that's been greenlit for a second season already.
How?
It's not even aired. It's not even aired yet.
I don't know that.
And it's funny, Secret Shite Out, a lot of their stuff always gets a follow-on season without any justification. I don't know.
I want to know which publicists they've managed to blackmail.
I don't know. There's something afoot. And with this rumoured sale of Paramount, you'd think there'd be a bit more going off because Star Trek oh God, I've said it. Oh, I must punish myself after the show.
Yeah, fine.
Anyway.
2 Hail Marys and a flagellation, you'll be okay.
Maybe, and 6 sheep before dawn.
Indeed.
I don't think Dawn wants to watch them. You would have thought, because Star Trek is the goose that laid the golden egg for Paramount. It's the gift that has kept on giving because of syndication and reruns and everything, and it's brought in a huge amount of money for them. You'd think they'd be a lot more protective of one of the biggest cash cows that they've ever produced.
See, you got it there with the words cash cow. Because there is this lovely thing in Hollywood. I can't remember who said it first, but you have you build up points with the audience to sort of like just, can't remember what you call it, but it's basically they love you for what you are. You can exchange those points in exchange for money, but you reduce the amount of, audience wellness, I suppose you could call it, to get a cash injection. But you then have to build that audience score back up before you can do it again. What they've done is just exchanged it all for money and then are wondering why there's no audience left.
Pretty much. The thing is, though, once an audience has gone, the audience has gone. Franco says, I've just worked it out. Yeah, I agree. That is a good sentiment there.
Indeed.
And there's somebody knocking at the door. I'm not sure who it is. Could it be the one, the only? It's, oh my God. What the fuck is that, Avi?
Fresh out of Coruscant.
Isn't it?
Indeed.
Hello there, mofo. How are you diddling, swappers?
All right, thanks. How are you doing, chaps?
I'm all right. Are you in the
Pretty good.
shitter by any chance?
No, it's the echoey nature of my kitchen.
Ah, it sounded like you were having a shit and you just
Well, I might
joined
be,
us.
but I'm not going to tell you that, am I?
Well,
Kitchen sinks
Captain's
useful for
log.
something.
Saying Captain's log, you've just taken it to a whole new level.
Yes, I'm in the Emperor's throne room right now.
You're not allowed any emissions on other channels. I just thought I'd point that out, but you're allowed to do so here freely.
Well, if you hear a plop or two, then don't be surprised.
A cock?
No, plop.
What are you doing?
He's having a protein shake in the kitchen. We've already discussed this one.
Oh yeah, of course. Is it Slim Fast? What kind of milk have you used? Is it man milk by any chance?
Full cream.
It's not milk.
Something dark side.
Yes, I'm allergic to regular milk, so I use nut milk. I won't tell you whose, but
Oh dear. Could be worse. Could be Blue Harvest. Because that stuff just looks fucking minging in my book.
blue milk. Yes, indeed.
Yummy.
Yeah, but you've got to squoze it fresh and then swag it out of a really sketchy looking milk bottle and then go like yar.
I've always wanted to try blue milk, to be honest with you, and I've never had the chance. And I don't want to have to pay all the money to go all the way to Disney World to do it.
I think you'd have to wank a lot of Smurfs off to get some of that.
Hey, France is a bit closer, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Belgium.
Or Belgium.
That's why Smurfs are evil. They're from Belgium. Hello, people in Belgium. You evil bastards. Thank you for joining us.
Evil blue bastards. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if you've been listening to the stimulating conversation me and Helpdesk have been banging on about. But what did you think when you heard the possibility of Oh Kathleen leaving the Star Wars universe once and for all? Were you excited?
No, not really. How many times have we heard it before? Every single time I just shake my head and smile, and then it gets proven to be false. And lo and behold, it was this time. So we were led to believe. Personally, I just thought I was just very cynical to begin with. And now I've heard a bit more information from a few other people online and looked a bit more into it. It looks like, personally, I think she is leaving now after saying that.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Well, of course, you always have to do that, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest that this is true. Especially watch the mixed signal she said in her latest what was it, press release or interview or something like that she's done over the last day or so to try and minimize damage.
It's the one in Deadline, I think you're on about. And it says, one of the lines here says, according to insiders, Kennedy has been working on a succession plan for a couple of years, eyeing candidates from within in process with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman. And that puts someone like Dave Filoni, who knows the universe inside and out, in a strong position. I don't think so. I think they will try and pass on that torch to another lady or a man that used to be a lady or a lady that used to be a man, just to get the ticks, the box ticking.
Yeah, or someone like Ncuti Gatwa, who,
oh, fuck off.
Looks a bit like a man, but we know he's a woman inside.
Going off to Hollywood now, seeing as he's not doing Doctor Who anymore.
I think that's right. I think that's absolute bollocks. I think he's bigging himself up, right? He's like, oh, well, I'm ditching Doctor Who. The fact is, he knew it was going to get cancelled because he'd done such a fucking wonderful job of it. Him and Russell T Davies. Does the T stand for twat? Did they make such a fucking hash of it that they said, right, I tell you what, Scooty, if you give me a quick gobble, I'll come up with an idea by the time I've done. I've already got an idea. Why don't you pretend that you're fucking off to Hollywood because you're this big rising star, you're in so much demand to kill other franchises that you're going to America, and then you can say, right, BBC, I've quit. I'm poddling off to Americas. But I just think it's all bullshit. The entertainment industry is based 99% on bullshit. Bullshit baffles brains. If you can pull the rug out from somebody before they before they reveal the truth, oh, well, we had to get rid of that guy because he's a complete tosser. He's so far up his own arse, he's hanging out of his own mouth, and he completely fucking ruined the show. He's put a lot of people out of work, and he seems quite happy about that fact. In fact, both Russell T Davies and Poopy Scooty Chatwa have essentially put a load of people on the breadline and on the dole.
Do you know, what this reminds me of? I've just got going through my head. It's a scene from Harry Enfield. It's the way back when the episode where Smashy and Nicey get fired.
Oh, don't remind me.
As
We
they're being
resigned,
told,
we
yeah, so they
resigned.
run to the nearest press group and just go, we resigned.
Because they
Just so
had
no
a
one can say
race,
got
didn't
fired.
they,
Yes.
with Johnny Beergut, the controller of Radio Fab.
Basically saying we've left before they got pushed.
No time to talk, kid pension. And then shoved him down the stairs. I thought that was absolute magic.
Shooty's done the same.
Oh my God. Are you doing a fucking lean cuisine on our time swaps?
How did you know that?
He's backing up the Death
You.
Star.
I don't think
Stick it in
so.
reverse.
I think your food's ready. Is it anything nice?
I've just looked. It's burnt, so no.
Oh. Well,
Whilst
don't waste
sorting
it.
that out,
Don't waste it.
Would you like to know a little Star Wars fact that I found out?
That'd be nice, because we've pretty much talked about like every other franchise apart from fucking Star Wars, to be fair.
Right. In Star Wars, Episode 4, there was a sound designer.
You mean Star Wars?
Yes, Star Wars, Episode 4.
No, you mean Star Wars.
Star Wars, yes. Before it was renamed A New Hope, yes.
It's Star Wars.
It was Star Wars. There was a sound designer who was
Remember?
doing the work. No, just one of the engineers. And whilst they were doing the Foley work, there was a scene where a stormtrooper falls off a bridge that's not there on the Death Star, and he chucked in the Wilhelm scream. You may have heard of this very famous noise. That was the first movie that he put it in. He then chucked it into a ton of other subsequent movies.
Are you sure this isn't Ben Burt you're talking about?
Not sure about the name, but because it became so ridiculously famous over the next few years, he got a part in Return of the Jedi. As when they're on the Forest Moon of Endor blowing up the shield generator, the first officer that comes in holds him at gunpoint. Han Solo throws the bombs at him. That's him. As he falls over the railing, he does his own version of the Wilhelm scream.
That's the bit where he goes, "You rebel scum."
Exactly. And then he falls over the barrier.
What's
He goes,
his name?
"Wow." Very cool.
That is Ben Burt, because he went on to be the voice of Wall-E, you know, the Pixar animation.
Cool. I never found out his name, but I just realized that's all the same guy. And I just thought that was a really epic story. And that's what Star Wars used to be, a load of epic stories.
I know I don't always agree with Finity the Timey-Wimey-Limey, but yeah, he's just said, nice one, Trev. The renaming wasn't until 1981 and can be ignored. The first film is called Star Wars. Well, in 1977, it wasn't, let's go and see Star Wars A New Hope. There was none of that. There was no talk of that back in the day.
I think it's because they only thought they were doing one.
Constantly keep fucking changing things, because you've made the film, George. Yeah. Move on, make something else. Why don't you go and do Howard the Duck and see how that works out for you?
There is an entire generation out there who will never know Yub-Nub.
Oh God! I thought it was Jub-Nub.
Or
according to Warwick Davis, he should have called it Rub-Nob, especially when he was next to Princess Leia. Rub-Nob. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, she had it away with everyone else. You can't blame him for trying, can you?
Old Coke Nail, rest in peace. Cartoon Man 154 says, and the Wilhelm scream comes from the 1951 film Distant Drums. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can find it in the sound library. If I remember rightly, it's actually referred to as man having leg bitten off by alligator number 9.
As you do.
I'm pretty sure that's its actual name, but it was nicknamed the Wilhelm scream from the guy who made the
Did alligator number 9 get his own seat on set?
Alligator number 9. Alligators? Up to 9, 1 through 8. What did they do?
Well,
they went out for a wildebeest.
I have a funny feeling it was just the 9th version of the scream, but it would be very interesting to see 9 alligators all just sitting waiting their turn.
Yeah,
the thing is that you've just hit a bit of an astonishing coincidence there. Now, instead of 9 alligators, you get 9 allegations of you touching people on set. But it is, though. Everything is just the same. It's predictable. Yeah. It's like all these stories coming out about Will Smith getting bummed over a settee. That just fascinates me.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable #Me3 sequel.
Hey, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? You know, the guy who was allegedly bumming Will Smith, he could come out with a single, couldn't he? He could release his own song, got jiggy with it.
Oh,
I'm here all week.
Seem to sing the theme tune, just like Will Smith does with everything. Why didn't they do that? Yeah, good point.
Remake Men in Black.
Man in Black.
Man in
Black. There we go. There's a bit of a porn spoof for you. Wiki wiki wah wah.
You know what? It just made me really miss Blockbuster, because I used to go in there and see all the porn parodies. And
really,
I really miss porn parodies. I mean, can you believe Blockbuster used to have a whole section of the shop that was dedicated to porn parodies?
Do you want to know something really stupid? I have seen certain porn parodies, shall we say, where the quality is actually better than the actual movie it's based on.
Didn't somebody recently say on X that she was in a better produced version of Star Wars, even though it was a porn spoof parody?
Star Wars, yes. I can't remember her name, but yes, I saw that as well.
I thought that was shit hot. That's
like produced. That's a bit of a one in the eye for Kathleen Kennedy, isn't it?
One in the eye. Hey, well done, sir.
Yeah.
One in the eye. Oh, that is the line of the show, Swappers, right there. Thank you very much, sir.
I've just noticed.
I've just thought, Helpdesk, could you do a little clipette of that so we can put it out as a YouTube short or whatever? That was quite funny.
I will see what I can do.
That'd be quite good.
Fine. I just noticed Minimum just went, or a few minutes ago, what happened to Yub Nub? When they redid all of it for the special edition, they changed the final music from Yub Nub to this kind of soft, soothing, sweet sounding music. And they included shots from all of the special edition stuff, like there were shots of Naboo, which obviously didn't exist in the original trilogy, and Coruscant celebrating and stuff, which wasn't in the original movie. And then they got rid of all the original movies, so you can't actually, unless you find them on VHS, you cannot listen to Yub Nub anymore.
I mean, probably on YouTube somewhere. What was wrong with Yub Nub?
Absolutely nothing. But if you compare it to
that's what it is. A midget getting his knob rubbed, you know.
Carrie Fisher.
No wonder we were dragging her around everywhere. It's like, yeah, look at this. Look at this. I've scored big here.
You just give me the horrific image of all these Ewoks getting fluffed offset.
Oh, God. I hope they got a little step, one of them 3-step ladders. You know,
I mean, literally fluffed, because they were fluffy creatures. Do you see what I'm saying? Fluff.
Hey, we'll tug for coke. That'd be quite a good fair exchange, no robbery. The old coke nail. Yeah, that image, it's just in my head permanently now.
What, from Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
I was shocked to hear that. It's kind of ruined it for me a bit now. I'm going to spot it next time I watch that film.
When you're a kid and you're like, you're basically moist as wetter than an otter's pocket, looking at Leia in that slave girl outfit, you were like, boing. And now you look back at it and then you go, hang on, why's she got a really long fingernail? And she basically used it as a little spoon for drugs.
I mean, why just one nail? Why not have them all?
I don't know. I think more would look a bit obvious, don't you think?
Well, I mean, at least it'd be consistent.
You know how they say, if you're going to do something, do it in plain sight?
Yeah.
And maybe it was a case of that.
It could be, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe she just kept them all short because she kept breaking them, and she thought, well, one's going to be okay. I'll just keep that one for the old habit, and the rest of them.
Isn't it funny how we've ended up talking about a midget in a suit, a little costume, and it's more exciting than the possibility of Kathleen Kennedy leaving Star Wars, which she isn't. Do you know, she reminds me of a line from Predator. Anybody want to have a guess what that line is?
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Come on, do it. If it bleeds, we can fuck it. Come on, get to the conga. That was always a good t-shirt. I like that one. Get to the conga. What the fuck does that even mean? You know how people get things wrong and then they start printing t-shirts off on Etsy and shit like that? Yeah. In fact, do you know something? I'm not even interested about talking about Kathleen Kennedy anymore. I'm far much more enjoy just fucking riffing on the state of play, because she's not going. The only way, you know how they used to say, look at that old blow up there. Only way he's leaving that job is in a box. That's the only way she's getting out of
It
Lucasfilm.
does look that way. I'll admit it does look that way. But in this little release that we got over the last day or so, she's kind of trying to cover up for the fact that she is leaving, from what I can see. And because she doesn't want everyone celebrating, basically. So
she's 71, for fuck's sake.
Well,
That's
yeah, I
like
know.
saying to my grandma, right, I tell you what, Ethel, you go and run ICI. There you go, off you popped up. There you go. It's not going to work out very well. It's going to end badly for
But
everybody.
she said in the interview, though, she said, I'm going to be in movies until I die, right?
Pretty
She didn't
much.
say, I'm going to be at Lucasfilm until I die. So she's going to make an
that'd be a good
announcement before the end of the world. Yeah,
You could sell that on a T-shirt and make some money. Lucasfilm till I die. KK 2025.
I reckon, I've said it before, earlier on this week, she's not, even when she's going to be on her deathbed, she still won't cork it. I think she'll probably plug herself into the internet, upload her consciousness, and still be controlling Lucasfilm.
She'll be like the Emperor in Rise of Skywalker.
She'll like Skynet.
Something dark side. Something. Oh, all I hear now is Stewie Griffin in that Vader suit.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was shit at the time, but now it's become a parody of itself. That's actually what happens at Lucasfilm. It's pretty much half of what happens in Blue Harvest.
Yeah. And in case you're wondering where they got the name Blue Harvest from, it's because when they were filming Return of the Jedi, but they didn't want people to know that it was Star Wars, so they pretended they were filming an Amish film, and they called it the Blue Harvest.
There you go. The more you know. Would you like to know more?
If you so wish.
Which reminds me, just a bit of a shameless plug for Monday. Monday Night Mayhem, this coming Monday, will be doing Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? I love that film.
Why, yes. Tell me all about it.
Would you like to have a cheeky look at the thumbnail that I haven't released yet?
Oh, go on then.
Let me try and find it for you, because I don't really want to look at... If I was going to potentially look at pictures of Dizzy Flores or Carmen Ibanez, I'd sooner look at that than that.
Dizzy was better.
Yeah.
Carmen had nice boobs, but Dizzy was a better person.
If you look at that picture there, I mean, from a distance, she's not a looker, but she doesn't look as rough there as what she does everywhere else. But
she's got dead eyes. There's nothing in there.
You know, in the movie Independence Day, they took those, like, when that little alien was inside the bio suit and it had got dead eyes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking at there. But look at that. She's rough.
Yeah.
That's a sympathy shag because she's got tons of cash.
You could put a bag on the head, I suppose.
It's a double bagger. You have to put one on your head in case her fucker comes off. Being fair.
No, Trev. No, stop.
Sorry, mate. Somebody had to say it. Look, I have not let the side down in a long time. In all the time I've been doing this, I've been goody two-shoes and trying to be nice. But I don't really give a shit tonight. For some reason, I'm just in one of those moods. I'm so... I think what it is, it boils down to me being a tiny bit angry about all this fucking rug pulling from Kathleen Kennedy, because she says one thing. She'd like that... can you remember how they used to say, was it Comanche Indians? Never trust what they say because they say one thing but do the exact opposite. I think she's doing one of those. She's keeping herself... She's keeping herself in the game for as long as possible. And I don't understand why. Why would she hold on to it for dear life when all she's done is just basically made a big effing joke out of it? She's just totally cocked it up. How many failures? How many failures has Star Wars produced?
Well, it's not even the failures. It's, if you look back, it wasn't just Star Wars the films. There was a whole variety of stuff. You had Star Wars the toys, or quite famously LucasArts, all of the computer games.
I did promise. Everybody wanted Dizzy.
She's got a little something There,
She's got some kind of green jism on her, hasn't she?
Yeah, she probably
Bless
just
her.
wipe it up, get her some kitchen roll.
And her dying words were, "At least I got to have you, Johnny Rico." Oh, really? You're dying, love? Yeah, but I've still got banny fatter hanging off my flaps. Oh God, she'd have still been a bit squidgy.
Yeah,
bless her.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah, she did her part, all right.
Anyway, hello, Star Wars Retold in the chat. Good to see you there.
Star Wars Retold?
Yeah.
Where?
In the chat. Saying hi. He put a 1 up to Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh,
I know.
That's a good channel.
No.
That's Retold.
I know. That's what I saw the name. It's sort of like, oh, go watch, subscribe. Good videos. But no, I was going on about LucasArts because they had some epic games. I mean, not even just Star Wars games. They had sort of like the classics like Day of the Tentacle and Sam and Max Hit the Road.
Monkey Island.
Exactly. Both the Monkey Islands and Full Throttle was brilliant. But the point is, even with the Star Wars ones, you had games where you flew X-Wings, TIE Fighters, there was Galactic Battlegrounds. X-Wing Alliance was a Star Wars actual space fight simulator. You could have 16 players flying X-Wings against Star Destroyers, and it was absolutely bloody epic.
It was.
And they shut all of that down. In fact, the storyline in X-Wing Alliance would have actually made a good movie.
Yeah.
But Merchant...
Oh, your food's ready!
A bell rings, an angel gets his wings!
It's got a lean cuisine. It's spaghetti carbonara, right? Because it's trying to lose a bit of weight. It's getting a bit chunky on the waist, you see. So she's got to lose a bit of weight, haven't you, Swaps? Darling?
Yes, indeed. That's my alarm to change my pants.
Oh, I thought it was your man milk order was up ready. You go and get it while it's still warm, eh? Sorry, I was doing my little bit there. There's a guy on the radio in the morning, not me, because every time I get in my car to take one of the kids on the school run, somebody keeps putting this radio station on, and I'm not kidding. This bloke in the morning is mincing like a fucking butcher's shop. Right? And he's like going, oh yeah, listen to this tune, it's marvellous. And if you get it right, I'll give you a big shout out. And it's like, there's people who need kidney transplants. But no, if you listen to his show and have a go at this Guess the Fucking Song, your kidneys will magically grow back. Don't give me a pill and my kidney will grow back. Woo! Sounds like the goddamn Spanish Inquisition. You know, that kind of shit. It just fucking boils my piss. As somebody who works in the industry, you know, I know when it's bollocks. Dalek Bread makes a very nice comment in the chat. Sadly, I can't put it on the screen.
Oh, why not?
He likes the look of Dizzy, I tell thee.
Yes, Dalek Bread, I like that. He said he'd do something rum to Dizzy, I tell thee. Is it from a bow? Franco, always good for a laugh. Says, ping, dinner's done.
Yes, it's several new cookies I've had experimenting with recently. I decided to run off a short production run of some lovely new iced buns that I'm going to feed out among the recruits next week. But they're looking a little bit overdone, and maybe I'll try them myself.
Are you saying they're a little on the dark side?
I'm getting to that, but thanks for ruining it for me.
That's all right. Thank you.
You know the Star Killer Bays, you're pun killer. You are the pun killer. No punchline is safe.
I'm a dad of 2. I have so many dad jokes. I can interfere with any jokes you can imagine.
A dad of 2?
Yeah.
It must be easy. I'm a dad of 6. I've more sperms. Wayfarer Project says, Internet Helpdesk salad is ready. What's salad? Sorry, I read it wrong. What's salad help desk? Do we know?
Yeah, so I've set fire to a salad in a microwave before.
I know. That's why I asked.
If you've missed out on the story, it's on one of the other... Was it one of the Mondays?
And it was one of the Monday Night Mayhems, I do believe, yes.
It was. And Vex was absolutely wetting herself.
Oh yes,
she couldn't speak. She just found it that funny.
You certainly tickled her lettuce with that one, and she was very moist by the time she was done. Manum says Vesta curry. Oh, we keep going back onto Vestas, and this makes me chill. Vesta chow mein was my fave for the crispy. Oh yeah, them crispy noodles, they were awesome. And Manum says, do you know something? My boss and mentor was a big name on that particular thing. I wasn't, because I was never on there. I was on one of several competitors in that area. But moving swiftly on, Dalek Bread says, and I'm liking Dalek Bread's cut of his jib. What a great T-shirt slogan, salad burner. That wouldn't be bad at all.
With just a picture of a microwave smoking.
What, weed?
Well, you'd have to show a salad, I guess. Anyway.
How come is it, Swappers, that avatar you've got looks more like Jerry Reed from Smokey and the Bandit as an old, like, smuggler than it does the Emperor? Oh, God, he's doing another one now. Oh, by the way, if you're in the
Leave
chat...
the salad alone.
Swappers is taking orders. It's like Swappers transport cafe in here.
And I've got to preheat the dough before it goes in the oven, you see. So.
Oh. I thought you were going to tell us you got a CB next to the fucking microwave. 10-4, good buddy. This is garlic bread. Any chance of salad? Is he on the channel tonight? Over. It's all right.
They could recast Palpatine quite easily, couldn't they? If Ian McDermott couldn't do it for whatever reason.
Well, Jerry Reed's dead, so you're a bit screwed. And on that note, he's dinging. He's had to press ding.
He's back on his microwave.
Yeah, I know.
Brian, bloody hell, Swappers.
Brian's always a good one. Straight to bin noodles. Is that like Bin Laden? Or is that just what you should do with a salad? This is a good one. Salad runner. Oh, dear. Brian's back with another one. He says, I pressed the right. I'm sick of this. By the time I press the button, somebody else has come up with a thing, and then it shoves that on instead. Didn't Salad recapture Jerusalem? I don't know. I'm not that well educated, to be fair. I grew up in a pit village, so, shoot me. Brian, FFS swappers.
Indeed.
Franco Walker says, stream killer. More like steam killer. It's gone off the boiled.
And it wasn't steam. It was...
Have you noticed how we've degenerated from talking about Kathleen Kennedy? We're going to have a nice, serious conversation. And now it's gone tits up, basically. And I'm going to just run with it because, like I said, tonight was just going to be a short one. I've got some beer-related activities to be involved in. Oh, I checked out another stream earlier, and it was pretty good, actually. Oh, crikey. And I've subbed to his channel as well. Yorkshire Thingamabob. Did you see that? There we go. I've got it now. Northern English Bastard.
Was that with Melvin talking about RoboCop?
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, it was a cracking stream.
I missed it, unfortunately.
Hey, and what about this?
Catch on the re-rub later.
Somebody reached out to me and said, "Did you know your channel's been reviewed by another channel?"
Oh,
yeah. So Monday Night Mayhem and Friday, Fubar Friday were mentioned on another channel. I can't remember the guy's name. I am not doing very well this week. Ryan, somebody. Oh, crikey. I am just so ill-prepared. It's when Swappers turns up, he just throws it. But anyway, I'm trying to desperately find stuff here. My phone's crap. So anyway, so thank you to that chap who gave us a bit of a review. And it was a bit of a glowing report, and I was quite happy with that, to be fair.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks very much.
Yes. It's always nice
we'll try and keep the same level of quality that we always have.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Canal or Seacrest. Oh, dear, Franco. He says here, I'm going to get drunk in me undies in front of the acolyte. Am I, folk? Seriously? I would sooner watch the movie Runaway with Tom Selleck in it and Kirstie Alley, amongst others, and Richard Marx's wife. I'd sooner watch that completely start bollock naked in Woolies window, which should be quite interesting. That's not a bad film, really. Have you ever seen that, Runaway?
No, I haven't, actually.
With Tom Selleck. Or is it Selleck? I never quite knew. The guy who did Magnum.
Oh, yeah. Big mustache. That's basically all I know him for, just a mustache.
So it was basically him, big mustache, and really crappy robots. The kid from Flight of the Navigator, and Gene Simmons from Kiss.
And Kirstie Alley with a big mustache.
A bit of one.
Big mustache.
I've got to let her off, really, because did you see those pictures I put on X of Kirstie Alley skimpily dressed as Savick?
Oh, yes.
I'll
Oddly
let her
enough,
off.
I saw them, yes.
That was the only time I actually found her remotely interesting or
Were
attractive.
they genuine pictures or was that AI?
They were genuine pictures.
Interesting.
They were genuine. She was in costume. So that must have been out of the trailer and in a quiet location rather quickly. I don't know. Would you have done back in the day, Swappers? Of course you would, you dirty bastard. What about you, help desk?
I was only about 8, but yeah, still would.
No, you're missing the context there. If you were full, able and bodied and were in a position to do so, and she was how she was in Star Trek 2, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd have to use your imagination a little bit, wouldn't you? Didn't she get really honking at one point? It's like she did another film, didn't she?
You might be right. Sort of late 90s, probably.
Yeah, look who's talking 1, 2, and 3. She was all 3, wasn't she, at one point?
I think I could probably let it go.
Oh dear, let it go, let it go. Isn't that a song about trumping? No? Anyway. Do you know something? Now we've stopped talking about Star Wars, the fucking viewer count's skyrocketing. Thank you. We were going to talk about Bye Felicia Kathleen Kennedy not leaving Star Wars. Do you know it's been the biggest anticlimactic letdown we all knew were coming of 2025?
I find it absolutely amazing that we're talking about Kathleen Kennedy and yet Vesta Curry is more interesting.
It is, to be fair.
Oh,
You
dear.
know, curry sauce at the chippy. That's more interesting than Kathleen Kennedy. Because, you know, she looks like a really smug prig, doesn't she?
She does. She's dead behind the eyes, and that smile is just pasted on her face.
Fucking up her own arse, I reckon. It's like, look at me, I'm doing this with Star Wars. Star Wars is bar girls now. Well, fuck off then. Bye. I'm going to go and watch Blake 7 now. It's on DVD, on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Indeedy.
Aquitar. I love that. If you know, you know. If you know what Aquitar is. Do you know what Aquitar is?
Scotty R37 in the chat. I would let her ride me like a roller coaster.
She'd
Are
probably
you
ride
talking
you like a
about
fucking steamroller, mate. She did get
Kathleen,
quite big at one time.
Kathleen Kennedy or Kirstie Alley?
Well, now then. That's the question, isn't it? I think we're talking about Kirstie Alley because she's more interesting than Kathleen Kennedy.
Okay. Just checking. I don't know what the delay is between us and YouTube.
This is a good one. Finity, the timey-wimey limey. Oh no! Can I? No, I was going to do it in the style of your voice, but I wouldn't do it any justice, Pete. So I won't. It says, "Oh no! A doomcock rumor about KK retiring was proven to be a lie." Yeah,
Quelle
true.
surprise.
Take it with a grain of salt because my spy's in Hollywood. No, you're getting made a chump
If he
by
says
some
it,
16-year-olds on 4chan again.
If he says it every day, over and over and over again, eventually it will become true.
In a parallel universe somewhere.
No, she probably, you know, if she has a heart attack and then passes away, he'll say, I was right, she did leave.
Oh, shit. It's all right. I've got Kylie Minogue. I should be so lucky going through me headphones then for a split second.
Is Swappers listening to that in the background?
I don't know. Maybe it was him. Scotty in the chat says, pinch of salt. Yeah.
Doomcock said that she's both leaving and not leaving. So, you know.
Well, he's half right and he's half wrong.
That video did make me laugh. If you haven't seen his video, it is actually, these are the rumors that she's leaving, but my spies have also said she's not leaving.
Hello there. Yeah, it's always my spies. What is so full of shit? My spies. No, some rumor I garnered off her internet chat room that's occupied by 14-year-old boys. You know what they say about the company you keep? No.
Indeed.
How old are you? Would you like to see me cock of doom? Hey, it had to happen. It had to happen.
Okay, on their bingo card, who had Jimmy Savile at 54 minutes?
Oh, you fucking son out. You numpty.
I'd say we get demonetized, but we don't get paid. So
No, if
I wouldn't worry
somebody
too
wants
much.
to buy me a coffee, you're quite welcome to do so. There is a link in my bio, and I'm quite impressed with people's generosity.
At this time of night, coffee.
Pardon?
Coffee at this time of night.
No, I didn't. No, I've just been sarcastic because who'd put the hand in the pocket for this shit? Really?
We do it for fun. That's the point. And as long as
know we
people are
do.
entertained,
Yeah,
the rest
it's
doesn't really
nice
matter.
having fun and all, but it's an expensive hobby for what it is.
Maybe so.
What do you mean maybe? I got 6 kids to feed.
I'm just waiting for Raid Shadow Legends to offer a sponsorship.
I don't know. Will they offer to take them to the dentist?
They offered to sponsor, and they'd sponsor the back of a spoon.
Well, there's hope yet for this show.
Indeed.
Ever actually play Raid Shadow Legends?
No.
No, I've never played Ray Charles either, but he'd probably fucking beat me at it.
Mm.
Hey, do you know, it's funny. Will there come a day when we ever gets offered sponsorship for this shit? Come on. Oh, Jesus. And I've got to say a big hello to PCB Way, one of my favourite PCB manufacturers. I love it. I love some of these video channels I watch. And it's all the same people advertising them. And, you know, people could offer me $1 million. I wouldn't advertise anything on this channel. $1 million could be offered to me to do live reads of your products on here for $1 million. Mind you, I'd probably do it for $1,000. Yeah, why not? $1,000 seems... Yeah, this is how poor I am. I've never actually physically held $1,000 in my hand, ever. And I'm 50 odd. Never. $1,000 is just a mythical number in this part of the world.
Are you talking about money, yeah?
Like nutritious food. That's a bit of a fucking rumour as well around these parts. I'm in the doghouse. I've been in the doghouse for about a week now with the missus. And I had to have savoury rice for my tea tonight. And it was absolute dog shit. What happened to savoury rice? I used to love beef savoury rice. And this is how much of I am in the doghouse. It was chicken. Now, chicken savoury rice does not fucking taste. It tastes like Tonton shit. That's what I can imagine, you know? And I had to eat that bollocks for my tea. Ash and Prism's just come up with a great idea for making a bit of cash. Trev would tongue punch KK's fart box for 1 million. No, I'd do it for $1,000,001. And it'd have to be pounds, not dollars. No, my tongue, the only kind of shit it gets near to is... oh, fuck me. My chair just broke because I'm a fat fuck. Hey.
Sorry, all I got in my head now is sort of like poking your finger around going, come on, fart and give us a clue, will you?
Oh, man. Jesus. I'm glad that didn't go through the base of the chair, because that'd have been a ring stinger, wouldn't it? A gas piston going up my shit box at this time of night. Can you imagine going in A&E? Oh, shit, it's done it again. I've obviously put too much weight on this week. It was talking about the savoury rice. That's what did it.
It's a nice little pleasant surprise when something like that happens.
Oh, come on, people. If you only knew the half of it. It says, I love Trev's weekly divorce updates. Consider that a divorce. What's a divorce, anyway? I know what a divorce is, but I don't know what a divorce is. Is that like a dead horse in German?
Or two horses, maybe. I don't know.
That's a classic line. Consider that a divorce. Yeah, okay.
I think you should just do your own fake adverts, Trev, for ridiculous products that don't actually exist.
I remember them being some very ridiculous, well, especially really badly named products back in the day. Who remembers the advert for that lady who was who'd got AIDS and she'd lost so much weight?
Oh God, yes. It was weight loss chocolate. It was a real product. Yeah,
it was chocolate with whiz in it.
Yeah, so it stopped you feeling hungry, but it was just called
I've lost so much weight on the AIDS diet. So did Freddie Mercury, though. Fucking hell. I wouldn't mind trying that Freddie Mercury diet, but without the AIDS. Too soon?
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, this is a good one. Nice one, Pete. I like this. Bit of advertising for me. Being the channel owner is a thankless waking nightmare. I thought it said wanking nightmare. Hey, there we go. We've got another clip for a short there. It says, buy me a coffee, you tight clits. You tight
Oh.
clits. I think that's clits. Yeah. Do you think it's clits?
Cans?
Come on, you tight cans. Or you tight clits.
You tight
Buy me a
cans?
coffee. I would be really impressed if somebody bought me a coffee. That would be like, I'm not even touching that. I'm just going to frame it. Yeah, seriously. Why pay to watch this shit when you can watch it for free and just still shake your head at it and say how shit it is? We love it.
Hey, Trev, shall we have
Yes.
an actual advertisement break? I actually have some classic adverts.
No, I don't want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, but
Which is
that
ironic because
kind
one of the
you,
ones
Todd.
sitting here is the old 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 chocolate bars.
Oh no!
Oh
It
yeah.
get a copyright strike from the Dave Clark 5. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Jerry
oh
and
God,
the
yeah, it was
Pace.
the actual
That'd be
song,
funny.
wasn't it?
Copyright. You've received a copyright strike from Jerry and the Pacemakers for the Dave Clark on behalf of the Dave Clark 5.
Dear God.
I don't need that shit hanging around me. Oh, look at that. Brian says Trev's new chair fund. Look, I'm not being that shitty. I would not beg for furniture or other things like that, you know. I mean, I just a couple of quid just to help keep the lights on. That would be perfect, you know. If you could just, I mean, the thing is though, you know, you get these adverts on TV. Can you just spare £5 a month so little Nabucco can walk 10 miles to get some turds in a stream and bring it back so his whole family can get dysentery? Your donation can help buy him some trainers so he can get there quicker. Because he has to do it all before school. So technically, this kid doesn't sleep. He just lives to go to this brook, what's about 10 mile away, and it's got zebra shit in it and pushchairs and salmon still in its fucking tin.
Sorry, you've literally just reminded me of, I can't remember what show it was, but it was something like Hale and Pace back in the day. And it was little Nabubu has only got one leg and he has to ride his bike to get to school in the morning. For just £2 a month, you can watch the video of this because it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that, I think. Hale and Pace, whatever happened to them guys? They were actually kind of funny.
They were edgy for the time.
They were, weren't they?
Very good.
Yeah.
And then they released Stonk for Red Nose Day. And it kind of petered off after that.
You know, people say to me, "Oh, do you want when you go shopping? Do you want to give round your shopping bill up to this much for, you know, Red Nose Day?" And it's like, fuck off. That you're technically paying. That's Lenny Henry's fucking retirement fund. Yeah, you're paying. They start off with good intentions. I'll give them that. They start off with good intentions, and it gets perverted into something else. You know, they say if you do something you love and you never work another day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Explain Bob Geldof to me then after Live Aid. No, I'm serious. It's a serious question.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Can you see the hypocrisy and the irony? Yeah. I ain't got time for that bullshit. No fucker can buy me a coffee. Do you think I'm fucking rounding my shopping bill up, which has already cost me an arm and a leg? I'm not rounding it up to the nearest pound just so fucking Lenny Henry can laugh at me. That's the only fucking comic relief there. Lenny Henry is fucking laughing at everybody. I was on Tiswas, so you should pay me your gas bill. Fuck off.
I've just got visions of Bob Geldof just sitting on stage just going, "Come on, people, you need to buy Trevor coffee now."
God.
He's sitting there not having a cream tea.
Do you know, I bet that bloke's had permanents for the last 60 years. Scruffy
Probably.
twat.
At one point, sorry, in my head, I keep thinking he did an advert for Victoria's Secret. I may be getting that wrong. But weirdly, and I don't know why, he did.
Did he? I can't see women pouring themselves over him unless it's for his money, because the woman he got was shagging half of In Excess. It's funny that what happened to Michael Hutchence. Tell Michael Hutchence why he doesn't like Mondays anymore. because he's fucking dead. I'm sorry. Truth be told.
Very true. Yeah.
I think that I fell asleep earlier and I've woke up and I'm in a bit of a, I don't know, dick mood. Doesn't happen very often. Oh, fuck. I know exactly where I've gone wrong. And why this stream tonight's divulged, or I can't even get the word out, why it's gone backwards and devolved into what it's become. I had a couple of cans of a certain beverage earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not beer. You know, my
Red Bull?
favourite orange Scottish drink.
Oh, don't say it out loud. You'll summon a Melvin.
Well, it has been known. Yeah, I had a couple of cans of extra.
Oh, I got it wrong. It wasn't Geldof. It was Bob Dylan who did an advert for Victoria's Secret in 2004. I always get those two confused. I don't know why, but he appeared in an advert.
Oh, God, and I thought I was close to the bone. This is a good one. And it's not like Minum to say anything like this. He says he gets a Red Cross ad where the guy's supposedly digging somebody out the rubble. They've been digging for 8 months now. He's dead, bro. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my God. That's bad. You've just made me look like fucking Esther Ranson there with that comment. Oh, look, iron brew made in Scotland.
Do you know something funny about the Red Cross? You are not allowed to use the symbol of the Red Cross. Otherwise, it's a violation of the Geneva Convention.
I would say, isn't that sort of like the inverted Swiss flag?
Yeah, it's a red cross on a white background, and if you use it at any point, you need direct permission to do it. So the game of Theme Hospital was nearly banned because they had it in their first edition, and what was it, Among Us as well. They were both in violation of the Geneva Convention because they had a red cross without permission. I know. But the whole idea is that it's this protected thing. So on any war ground, Red Cross are always impartial. So no one's allowed to shoot them.
Do you know what I'm partial to? Mr. Kipling,
Mr.
Cherry Bakewell.
Oh, yes.
It was 2:30 in the morning, and I felt a hand on my shoulder. Don't worry, came the reassuring voice. It's perfectly natural, Jeff, for two men to express their love anally. It was Mr. Crippling. He'd put something in one of my pies. He was about to make me squeal like a pig, just like that fat bloke in that canoe movie with Burt Reynolds. There's another clip. Right there.
Oh, dear.
Mr. Kipling in the ads always used to sound like, or at least the guy that was narrating the ads used to sound like John Merrick, didn't he?
As in the Elephant Man. Does he want to go to sleep?
You Cherry Bakewell.
You sound like Basil Brush has had a stroke.
That's what he sounded like. That's exactly what he sounded like.
Is it boom boom or bum bum these days? Have they changed it to get with the times? Bum bum!
Basil Brush has been cancelled a long time ago for being ginger, hasn't he? It's been race swap since then.
I'm not quite sure what to make of this. You turn me on, Trav. From the Hooded Man. Is it when I do the voice, Hooded Man? It was 4:30 in the morning. I just got up for a piss. The light was off, but somebody shook my cock 3 times. Don't worry, Hooded Man, came the voice. It was Trev shaking my cock more than 3 times. So technically, he was playing with it. Sorry, it had to be done. Hey, fuck it. We've stopped talking about Kathleen Kennedy. We just tangent. And to be fair, I didn't really want to talk about some skanky old bitch for an hour anyway. Being fair.
Do you think everyone at Lucasfilm, do you think they all hate her, or do you think she's got like a solid bunch of supporters there that don't want her to go?
I think they think she is the biggest James Blunt going.
I think we've got the problem that she's put people in and she's not effectively holding them by blackmail, but the reason they have a job is because she's there. And if she leaves, they're out of work because whoever comes in is just going to fire them all. So they want to keep her in.
Really? So they can keep chucking out garbage.
No, so they can get free money for doing pretty much sod all.
Yeah, it's like the Twitter situation, isn't it? Before Musk
Yeah.
took over. Yeah.
It's a bit shit, really, if you think about it.
It is. Lucasfilm was riding an absolute high. You know, even looking back, 1, 2, and 3, whilst derided at the time, they looked back quite favourably now. 2,
But
not so
even-
much, because that went a bit off the shit. But you know, as a prequel trilogy, it at least fit the narrative.
But even with even when the prequels were being developed, I mean, they might not have been the most popular movies in the world, but there was other stuff going on that was phenomenal as well. The comics were great, the EU books were great, the games were still great. You know, it was still. I mean, you could ignore the prequels and enjoy so much other great stuff. And people have the gall to say that Star Wars was in a bad place and needed someone to come along and buy it to make it great again. It's like, fuck off! You've done nothing but tank the thing.
What's the only thing that's changed? Well, after George Lucas sold it to Disney, what changed, I wonder?
It's the Lucas.
No, the farce went female, didn't it? And it has been a farce, a total fucking shantastic farce.
It's true. We didn't know at the start. We didn't really see it. I think the first 2 movies we thought, don't mind a woman being in the main role or whatever. But after that, that was it. It was just full on down your throat, so to speak. And every single time you looked at the brand, it was just women in your face. And it was just aimed at women that weren't in the audience.
Can I just have a chat with the chat just for a moment? If one of the wrenches can go in there and boot that tosspot who's just come in.
Who's that?
Somebody advertising bullshit.
Oh, that's all right. That was on the Twitch side. I've just done that.
Oh, right. Oh, well. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah. Chat, just an interesting question for you. What did we do about Kathleen Kennedy? Star Wars is never going to be how we had it. We had it good, right? That time has gone. It's just done with completely. But what is the recipe for rescuing Star Wars? We can't. Can we backpedal all that shit since 2012?
Possibly, I think that is possible, but you have to do it in a very specific way. You can't just carry on with it as it is and make something good and expect it to continue to be good. You have to completely wreck on everything.
Do we have to do a Pam in Dallas scene where she comes out of the shower? Leia comes out of the shower, looks at fucking Han Solo. What's the matter, Leia? Don't you recognize me? That'd be quite funny, wouldn't it?
That would actually, but
delicious irony.
Effectively, something like that has to be done, but not in that way. But obviously, you just have to wipe out Kennedy's shit stain from the franchise. Her dirty protest of 10 years, you have to wipe it out.
Oh, fucking manum. Send KK to run Ukraine. Vacancy coming up. No. And Sword in the Storm says it's dead, Trev. Every franchise is dead. It's a bit like it's like Red Dwarf. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead. Well, even Peterson. They're dead, Dave. It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just as an interesting side note, just had a bit of a message there. Somebody wanted to join in. We're not going to be that much longer, to be fair. It would be pointless bringing anybody else onto the panel at this stage, because do we go for an hour and 15 or probably an hour and 20 tops? Because I've had enough. It's dead.
There's only so many ways you can say KK was going and now she's not.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It's cry wolf all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I know. How can we, it's just not worth it. Just not, it's pissing in wind. You know, it's a gone franchise.
It is. I think, unfortunately, I think Star Wars has had its time, and there needs to be new IPs coming in. The problem is everyone's too scared to actually make something new, because the old way of doing something was you'd make a movie and you'd get paid for that, and then 5 or 6 months later it would be released on video or DVD, and there would be more income. Now, because it's movie straight to streaming, there's no additional income later on. So everyone's just trying to go, I need this money now, and I need to get as much as possible. So they're not taking risks and actually trying new stuff, which is stupid, because
Yeah, but they are
We
trying
need
new
it.
stuff, but it's the wrong new stuff. It's stuff that involves the message or the narrative,
Well,
that kind of
yeah.
shit.
That's what I mean. There has to be something new that people want to go and see. It needs to be simple, good storytelling. It needs to be made cheaply. And then it needs to be put out.
You
in
have to
cinemas.
draw a line. You have to
yeah.
people need to sit down and say, right, how can we produce this in a way where it's not a total fucking joke on screen, isn't going to cost the earth. They need real fucking hell, this chair. Oh dear. I've gone down in the world, and it's not by choice either. I feel totally let down by my chair.
The really stupid thing is the chair I'm currently sitting on. My old chair was a wooden one, and it broke, and I literally got this one out of a skip.
I'm going to have to
And
fucking
it's the
get an
best chair
orange
I've
box.
had.
Do you know,
well done.
I'm going to go to the fruit shop tomorrow because they do still exist, the fruit shops, every now and again. And I bet any money I say, have you got an orange box so I can something I can sit on? And they'll go, yeah, 50 quid, mate. Fuck off. I can go to IKEA and be made a twat out of quite easily. Oh dear. Hello to Tom in the chat. Yeah, we are fucking lightweights. And problem being, there we go.
Gavin says, make it in China.
Can I ask a question, Swaps?
Yeah, go
Is
on.
Dalek Bread one of your sock accounts?
I wish it was. I'm not that clever, unfortunately.
You always say that though.
I'm not. I'm a thick twat. I can't think up something as genius as Dalek. What is it? Dalek bread.
Dalek bread.
Dalek Bread. And what was the other one last week I was saying was just sheer brilliance? Oh God, I can't remember. My mind these days, it's just, I don't know. There's that much.
Was it Nunchuff?
Tight as a nunchuff.
Nunchuff. That was it. I thought, whoa, that's brilliant. That's got to be somebody I know in real life, because I think I know who it might be. Because at work, obviously I get quite a few requests, and you can always tell when they're made up names, because I get a lot of people asking for rave tunes or heavy metal and shit like that, and it'll be Mavis and Vera or Beryl and Hilda, and I'm like, yeah, fucking all right then. And I've got another one that says Hyacinth in a local place name, but I had a good one. What was it the other day? Oh, that was it. Ray Tinner. Can you play Sham 69 for Ray Tinner? Now, if you think about it, local dialects, Ray as in rate inner, to get it? Like rate inner. And there's another one as well, Ray Tupper. So, Tim, if you're floating about in the chat, you know who you are. And I know fucking damn well it's you. So that's got to be Tim. He's a good lad, is Tim. It's funny as fuck. He loves Stephen Toast as much as I do. Yes.
What's Finity the timey-wimey putting up there? What's he saying?
Garlic bread, it's the future. You're not seen...
what, garlic?
Bread. We garlic.
We garlic?
It's the future.
Garlic bread?
Peter Kay, Phoenix Nights, isn't it?
No idea.
Hey.
I was thinking of one of his stand-ups.
Hello, Andy. Or 8 Trev and Guess. He's a good lad, is Andrew Broadbent.
Indeed.
I like him. He's a good lad.
I think we should probably call it a night.
Yeah.
I need a poo. So
well, it's been a nice chat. My chair's fucked. Help desk needs a shit, and Swappers microwaves wank. Well, thanks. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you Monday for Starship Troopers. Ta-ra!
Bye.